Ah, and medyo kakagising ko lang but I have to do this live. Good evening. Good morning for some. You know what it is. This is Room Fillers Podcast, your collector's podcast. And a bit different right now because I'm streaming at 1080p. So you could just tune in and check if you could watch this at 1080. Seeing a lot of comments right now. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry na, Popoy. Sorry na, Popoy. Sorry na. Okay. And checking out your SOTD. No? Jet, SOTD, BDC. Erwin, oy! Erwin, thanks for tuning in. Hindi ko alam kung nakapanood ka na ng previous live ko, but yeah. We have this Tonka Imperial, Rayhan, Ocean Rush. Ayan. And, ano SOTD mo, Poy? Ang dami mong binibili recently, ah. Ayan, kakaiba yung format natin today because I don't have a guest. This was supposed to be a planned live a recorded show supposed to be. But it took me about 30 to 45 minutes to discuss this topic. So, medyo nahirapan ako. Sabi ko, gawin ko na lang kaya live para mas interactive. And if you just tuned in or you haven't seen the post, I was actually planning to give something, no, for this episode. So, pwede pa tayong humabol right now. You could just chat in ano sa tingin nyo doon sa list na binigay ko from last week or the top Middle Eastern fragrances that you think that today will be on the highest tier. Ayan. So, if you're familiar with tier maker, a lot of content creators already done this in the past wherein they rank, let's say, sa shoes. I've seen Nico as well rank this on watch collection and others. Even Jensen's, no? Rank some fragrances in the past. So, this time, I'm doing my own version of a tier maker and I've ranked popular Middle Eastern brands. Again, no niche, just simple like those who are popular, what we call the clone houses, the dupe houses, or the inspired houses. Okay? So, linawin ko lang, no? Ito lang yung criteria that I've using and again, only those popular ones that I know of. And hopefully, you might suggest even better. Again, Middle Eastern houses that do clones, dupes, inspired artists. Ayan, and I've seen a lot of comments right now. SOTD. Ayan, Isola Blue. Oh, grabe. Napang malakasan yun. Actually, my SOTD for the day is local. The Boar Grooming Co. Shelby. It's one of my favorite in the house. Na The Boar. Shout out to you, Eman, for watching this. I really like this. I'm actually planning to create a content about the beginner tobacco fragrance local version. So, napaka solid if you are new to tobacco or just trying to get the feel of a local original. You have to try The Boar. Sobrang tagal na yan sa Pilipinas at sobrang tagal na niyang nagpo-produce ng mga pabango. So, thanks. Ayun, Judy, hi. Good morning. Actually, nahihirapan ako kasi I'm trying to look at my phone kung sino nanonood ng live. So, kung gusto nyo magpa-shoutout, just type it in. Highlight. Ayan. Nga pala, nakakalimutan ko. Pwede na nga pala akong mag-feature ng mga SOTD natin. Ayan. Oy, Sian! Ayan, Arabian Night muna. Yung pambili ko ng asil special. Grabe kasi yung asil eh. Sige. I'll try to look for, pagka decided ka na, I'll try to look for a good steal deal. Because if you look at the asil special edition, that's about 15K sa internet. Okay. Ba't ka sa Pampanga? Taga Bulacan ka. Ano nagawa mo dyan, Niel? Hello, Judy yan. SOTD. Givenchy, Irresistible. Ayan. Nag-start ako sa camera. Tuloy-tuloy. And if you have specific Middle Eastern brands question, anything dupes off that I can ask, I'm not the Middle Eastern fragrance king yet. Baka pwede sa Pilipinas. But anyways, if I can answer that, I'll definitely answer that in the comment section. Ayan. So, I'll officially start. Sabi ko nga, supposed to be a recorded session or an episode officially from Room Fillers Podcast, but I decided to make it a live episode. Bakit? Very interesting topic because we're here at tier maker producing or creating my own version on Middle Eastern houses that I think is the best. So, uh, complete line list started with, you know how they say praises or they say something good in Arabic, so it's mashallah. Definitely amazing, good, men haven't tried. So ito lang yung tier list. You've seen houses already and you've seen the houses that you love, no? Hopefully you can have a good view. Okay naman ba? Kitang-kita naman na yung mga ating houses. Andiyan na ba yung mga bets natin? And let's officially start with Al Bait Al Dimashqi. So for those who didn't know, Al Bait Al Dimashqi is an inspired Emmy house, no? So they do like straightforward na mga inspired of your favorite niche and favorite designer. I've tried 1-2 of them already, and I could say based on the reviews and YouTube, no, that I've seen, see Yasser Fitfrag covers a lot of that. So definitely I would go Al Bait Al Dimashqi as a good house. So bakit good house? It's simple. It's kind of expensive if you come to think of it on the line of inspired, no? So medyo pricey siya, pero at the end of the day it gets the job done, no? Again, walang niche dito, pure those houses that are, well, cloning or doing inspired. Shout out to you, Mark from Elite Fragrances. Ayan, nakita ko agad. And Fragrance Unlimited fam, thank you. Oy Arwin, magpi-PM din ako sa'yo soon. Tambay ka rin dito sa live. So, TD, Givenchy Pie, classic. Okay, going back. Dito ako ulit sa pinakadulo, Swiss Arabian. I have also tried a lot of Swiss Arabian recently. And this house has been in the industry for quite some time. I could not say directly na clone siya, or he's trying to do like a lot of clone, but more on their twist on a certain DNA. So Swiss Arabian, if you've noticed, they have this more on, not like a twist, but their own interpretation of specific fragrance. I could not determine them as a clone house, but as a quality, syempre medyo may price tag siya. I would go Swiss Arabian as amazing. So if you have been in this game before, if you're familiar with Casablanca, no, in the Shagaf Oud line, those are really good line. That whole Shagaf Oud, and some would say na it's a clone of, no, it's not a direct clone, but more on just like other brands who does inspiration to a lot of popular fragrances. And mind you, these brands were established even before, no? So they just try to capture yung market ng Western market or even our market para lang makita. And obviously you have parang the capacity to buy their products. But these like Swiss Arabian, later on some other houses, they have producing fragrances ever since, and they're really like kind of old already in this game, no? So next would be Ardal Zafran. So quick fact about Ardal Zafran. So kung napapansin nyo, I'm not sure if they're the first one who introduced the small bottles, the 50 ml bottles, no? Pero they are the ones who are popular in doing so. And especially if you just recently bought Latafa Pride line, meron mga 30 ml bottles, yung parang 20 yata if I'm mistaken, na pocket size. Actually, I think that's one of the technology that they acquired when they bought, when Latafa bought Ardal Zafran. So this one, sineperate ko pa rin siyang house. Though it's on the line, I could say, of being good. There are some bangers that, you know, I could say pasado pa rin siya, no? AAZ. AAZ, what I like about them is some Aldirham. They're the Aldirham, hindi yung Aldirham Silver na, yung Aldirham na the Chanel clone. Chanel Alroom Sport clone, no? So then they have their Tafakar, also good interpretation clone or twist maybe. So Ardal Zafran, I could say it's a good house. Next, ito, favorite 9 p.m. Afghan Supremacy Not Only Intense, and I think they have released a lot of bangers, and even in the past siguro Afghan already gained traction in the community. So, I've joined the community. Medyo sikat na sila. About, magto 2 years, no? Eventually. So, I would rate Afnan as simple as amazing. So, what I like most about Afnan is not just only their supremacy line, but also same as other higher end siguro tier of fragrances. They don't do direct clones. If you notice, 9pm is not actually a direct clone of JPG. Kung papansinin nyo yung on how they use the fruit, diba? So may difference yan. And others like Supremacy Not Only Intense is not a direct clone of Hasivat nor a direct clone of Aventus. So they have their own twist on a specific DNA pa rin. So that's what I like about Afnan, and they made things better performing. And yung mga chismis na alam nyo about reformulation, though I have seen 1-2 entries already in Reddit about possible reformulation of some, they haven't confirmed yet if there is such. No, hindi po taon-taon nag-reformulate ang fragrance. It's an expensive thing if you do so. So huwag kayong papaniwala kung saan-saan. Particularly with Not Only Intense and 9pm and Rare Carbon, those bangers that have for Afnan, there aren't like exact specific statement coming from those houses that they've done reformulation. So yes, batch may vary depending on availability of raw materials or whatnot, but overall, the scent is the same. Okay? Oy, shout out to you, Greg. Ayan, next week tayo, Greg. Next week. See you and I'll give you more instruction. Thanks for tuning in. Going back. Okay. Sa ating house. Etong house na to, nakita nyo naman, may estimated 1951 pa. Just a quick background on Ajmal before I officially rank Ajmal. Ajmal gained popularity on their use of what we call the Ajmal oud, the Indian oud. So even before they start doing fragrances, the Ajmal already is a good manufacturer of oud and oud oils. So that's the whole business line ng Ajmal. They started doing oud. And well, you might consider them as a clone house or whatnot. Like I mentioned, like Swiss Arabian, like Afnan, these houses were established even before those even brands that are popular right now, or even those fragrances that you recognize. So see, Ajmal may have a more budget approach, especially on their Evoke line, yung Evoke na yan, and as well as some they're mirroring like the Kuro, their other more budget friendly approach on specific DNAs. Pero si Ajmal, if you know, it's also like a niche. So they have this very expensive line. So ayan, ilalagay ko lang dito, you might search for it, yung Ajmal W or M series. Ajmal W or M series, yung Wood series and M series, kinda expensive, and as well as their Amir series. That I think cost about 7 to 10k itong mga to, coming from Ajmal house. And as yung mga good reviewers who are really fan of the house, Smelly Cat, Aromatics, and even Scent On, they know that there is such thing called Ajmal oud. Okay. So, enough for that house. I'll put Ajmal also in the amazing side. I like this house, and eventually I'll cope one of their W or M series. When you say W or M series, that's a wood or musk series. Okay. Pag may question, just drop in lang for specific houses kung anong dupe nito. I'll try to do my best to answer this. And ayan. Thanks, Mark, for this. Tama. Yeah, I'll try to keep and inform you in each house as much as possible, especially I also did some research back then. No? Going back, Al Haramain. Okay. Kasi natawa ako last time. They got Jeremy on Dubai Beauty World, no? So, Al Haramain, to be exact, if not for those Amber Oud line, I would go no? But I would just rank them good. Why? Though hindi sila purely clone house, I think Al Haramain is one of the most expensive in this list because they would reach up to $100 for their amber oud. And yes, those particular fragrances are quality, but kumbaga kumakabit na siya konti sa designer level eh. No? So others would opt to designer fragrances instead of getting their Al Haramain counterparts. So the amber oud line is really great in itself, and a lot of people would agree, and I've smelled a lot. Again, those aren't straight clones. Some of them are twists, some are straight clones. So it depends on what you're trying to buy on Al Haramain, but they also have their originals. If you haven't searched for it, try looking for one. Maganda rin, pero I'm not that, kumbaga, kind of impressed on how would they reach, especially right now the market. One of their siguro off no na sa fragrance community, especially on Reddit, is their private edition, yung Amber Oud Private. Pansin nyo, up until now, wala pa rin yan sa discounters. You haven't purchased, unless may nakuha kayo. Yung black one, I'm talking about the black Amber Oud Private Edition, no? Pansin nyo, wala pa rin siya sa circulation. There's something wrong kasi with that particular fragrance, that it didn't gain much traction as compared to the Amber Oud Gold, Amber Oud Ruby, and all other Amber Oud in the line. Okay. Ang kilala ko nga lang atang meron yan sa Fragcom, na nakita ko nag-post, is si Dane. The Amber Oud Private Edition. Other than that, wala na ako ibang nakitang tao merong Amber Oud Private Edition. Anyway, so moving on to the next house, Al Rehab. Nako, controversial to pag binabaan ko. Though it's a banger. They have this 30-50 ml where allegedly hindi daw ganun ka-performing. And yes, I could say true. But they have the good option, or let's say, para doon sa mga titipid. And as well as those, again, not to discredit Inspired, but some of which are, yung sa Al Rehab, between Inspired, mas marami kasing maganda talagang options sa Al Rehab. Just to be honest, no? But right now, I think one of the challenge for the Inspired brands is to beat the offerings from Al Rehab. Al Rehab, if you go directly to UAE, would go about 50 to 100, 200 pesos. Aftermarket, 300 to 500 pesos. So ito yung kailangan nilang i-beat na level ng quality. And again, that's my personal opinion. All of these are just my personal opinion. I've tried also a lot of Al Rehab, good for gifting, especially for those newbie in the Fragcom. I like their Lacoste Blanc. I like their Officer. So, solid, no? Especially if you're just trying out Middle Eastern brands, okay ang Al Rehab. Okay? And, ito na. I guess one of my favorite houses today, and controversial because I would put Al Wataniya as mashallah. So, ito yung first house na hindi na-expect ng tao na ilalagay ko sa pinakataas at the top tier. Why I would rank Al Wataniya as highest, especially today. I think for those who are friends with me or have I discussed with recently in the past, if you have watched, kasi ako, I've really watched Beauty World Dubai. No? Talagang inisa-isa ko yung live ni Aromatics, live nila Curly. Talagang chinek ko kung on who are the potential, kumbaga, in the future that would storm the market. And if you're following Al Wataniya page, you'll see the Al Wataniya Cayenne Classic and Al Wataniya Cayenne Gold, sobrang lupit ng mga product na yun. That's a dupe of Your Home Intense and 1 million perform. What I like most about more than just the brand and the scent itself is their presentation, as well as on how they approach or check, especially with the customer. So FYI, Al Wataniya also covers Grandeur. So isa lang yan, Grandeur Elite. Yan, isang house lang yan under Al Wataniya. And it became that part, I think, from last year, hidden gem siya. And fun fact, I'm not bragging this, but I'm just stating facts here. Yan yung pinahanap kong brand. So, partly siguro I could say, isa ako sa nagpasimuno kung ba't tayo may Al Wataniya sa Pilipinas. And big shout out to to Karen for finding that house, because that house, when I posted that even on Reddit, no, yung mismong locals, mga galing sa or mga nandun sa UAE, hindi nila alam kung nasaan ang Al Wataniya house. So para siyang hidden, kung baga sa Dota secret shop siya, that only those who know where the house is can only find that specific fragrance. But right now, it gained a lot of popularity, obviously, especially in the Western market, laging out of stock. But this house, particularly, like I mentioned, will storm the market siguro 2 or 3 years from now. Baka ito yung maging next number 1 in terms of cloning and the whole cloning industry. Sobrang ganda. You should try at least one Al Wataniya, because I've received sample sets eh. I've received the Chanel Platinum Egoist clone. I've received the Camera clone. The Angel Share clone. I've also received DHI. All of those clones, I've tried it. All are bangers to the point that it's almost 1:1. Sobrang galing ng Al Wataniya. You need to watch out. And I'll move on, no? So, Dama perfumes, I'm so sorry. I haven't tried much with Dama, though. Very popular seller would be PFD online. I haven't much checked their house unless for the Golden Sun. Siguro yun lang na-try ko, and it's good. But I can't say much of the house. I haven't much had an experience with the house. So, can't say more about Dama perfumes. And eto, unahin ko na yung sa kanan kasi I think maraming nanonood and maraming magagalit. Because I will just put Sterling Armaf under good. Simple as, no, bakit good lang sa akin ng Sterling or Armaf? If you have been into the clone game already, maraming release si Armaf na sablay, to be honest. And even the packaging, some are good, atomizer, some are good, but majority, ang dami talaga nilang mga not so good releases, especially in the past. If not for the Club Dinwi line, just that specific line, hindi masasalba yung buong house. Right now, they're releasing the Private Key, they're releasing Miss Armaf, and other popular series on, the whole Sterling house. Sterling house, that includes Just Jack, Hamidi perfumes, and yung Jenny Glow. No? So, sila lahat yan. Under one brand yan, Sterling. No? So, Armaf is one of the big. So, bakit good lang siya? Again, you are also paying the price of, I think, the level of not Swiss Arabian, Afnan, and Al Haramin pricing. So, ako, personally, if I would pay that price, I would go Afnan or Swiss Arabian. Again, personal opinion. No, you might disagree on that note, but that's me. So, I would go to different houses. Especially, again, if that just for the CDNM line, kung naghahanap ako ng other clones, I would rather go to Swiss Arabian or Afnan. So, baka nalungkot kayo doon. Baka maraming magalit sa akin. Anyway, opinion ko lang naman to. Next would be Samawa Sense of Heaven. Tawag dito, I don't know if you know this house already, pero sila yung gumawa ng amazing creation. And I've tried only one amazing creation scent, though I've heard a lot of good reviews. And also Samawa is actually a marketplace. It's the same as parang website yan, discounter din yan. They also create their own. Yun yung amazing creation. I haven't tried that much amazing creation fragrances, so I can't speak for the whole house itself. So, I'll just have to put them on haven't tried. Next, eto, hindi nyo alam to, or alam nyo to, or hindi ko alam, pero Rihanna, I'll just try to spell it down. Hindi po yung singer, ha? Hindi po yung singer. Pero, ayan ko. So, sige, pwede na. So, i-highlight ko lang to. The House of Rihanna. Ayan. If you don't know this house, also a popular distributor here in the Philippines is PFD. No? The Oud Burmi, the I forgot the other ones that they're also trying to copy or have the same DNA as the Oud Satin Mood. I forgot the name, but I've tried at least 3 fragrances from this house. Sobrang underrated. Hindi ko alam bakit walang nakakaalam masyado ng Rihanna. Again, hindi nga yung singer, no? Pero sobrang goods to. Okay. You have to try their fragrances, again, under the radar. I think they're kind of old siguro in the clone game, kaya hindi nyo na siya masyado alam. Okay? Move on to the next. Sorry na, Oli. Sorry na, Mr. Armaf. Okay. Moving on to the next. Okay. Rips. Hindi ako naglalagay masyado ng pero sa refs talaga, though they have released a lot of, not a lot, but about 2 or 3 good fragrances, their performance is quite lacking for an ME. Usually their house would go to about 5-6 hours. Kasi yun naman yan, alam mo, kaya nag-ME, so malakas diba? So, for refs, though I think, I'm not particularly sure if the owners are Indian or they just established their brand in UAE, pero majority or more popular house sa India yung refs. One of my favorite siguro that I've tried is refs, yung Cafe Noir. Sobrang solid nun, guys. Lalagay ko na lang dito. If you're looking for the Black X's, talagang ayan, Black X's clone, kung naghahanap talaga kayo, I think no other house could beat that Cafe Noir. Hindi lang siya ganun ka-popular, pero pag na-try nyo siya, sobrang solid. Could be daily wear, mall wear. It captured the Paco Rabanne DNA wherein yung bubblegummy, kasi yun yung parang signature ng Paco Rabanne eh. Kopyang-kopya ng Cafe Noir. Champion. All through all. So if you are fancy of, let's say, yung DNA ng Aventus BR540, solid yan. Ganun siya. Ganun kasi yung Black X. Napagkakama na natin siyang pag may pineapple, Aventus kaagad. Pag matamis, BR540. Pero you forgot to mention na meron pala nag-i-exist under Paco Rabanne, which is a Black XS. Okay, shoutout muna tayo. Medyo intense na matagal ng live, pero nag-enjoy naman ako. And ang daming nakikinig. Thanks for tuning in, RX. Shoutout to Fransense. And shoutout po Samjang Samgyupsalan sa Davao, Charles. Naka-loudspeaker phone ko. Oy, shoutout! Samjang Samgyupsalan sa Davao. Okay. Maraming salamat for tuning in. Oy, solid idol, Greg. Napag-usapan namin ni Deeds to before eh. Kumbaga parang I'm trying to make a niche out of this topic and this discussion. Kaya alam niyo naman, sa group, when I get bored, I research Reddit, I do houses, and as well as some other, mostly ME related. Talagang sobrang updated ako dyan. Wala lang, parang yun na lang siguro yung naging pastime. Siguro manood ng YouTube ng related to Middle Eastern fragrances and what are the upcoming clones. Para lang magkaroon ako ng parang niche, no? Oy, grabe. Compliment to. Maraming salamat. Planning to have that badge in my head soon. Bon! Okay, thanks for tuning in. Okay. Ayan. Aromatics Tagalog. Pucha, kailangan ko magpapayat yung kasing buff ni Nib eh. Para solid na, no? Aromatics talaga. And, going back, nako. Alam nyo naman, hindi ko na kailangan sabihin to. Wala na eh. Yun eh, Rasasi talaga eh. Fanboy eh. I think I posted this a lot in the community. I've collected 6, 7, 8, 9. I can no longer count how many Rasasis I've collected in the past. Really a fanboy of this house, and I think I haven't tried any Rasasi that failed me. Personally And I'm not talking about Hawas and Hawas Ice, parang awa nyo na. Okay, though these are the most successful fragrance, but like I mentioned, there are still better options under the House of Rasasi. Like my favorite, Always Someday, yung Silver Mountain Water clone, Rasasi Fatan, Terre de Hermes, Egra, the Green Irish Tweed, their Darege, all good. For me, again, some would not like because it's too oriental. And fun fact about Rasasi, there are 2 lines under Rasasi. Pumunta lang kayo sa website ng Rasasi mismo. makikita nyo yung Occidental and Oriental. So, meron silang brand that specifically caters Western market. And pag pumunta kayo ng Oriental line ng Rasasi, andun lahat yung mga popular releases nila. Bakit nakalagay doon na Oriental? Again, like I mentioned, these houses are not direct clones, but they have their own interpretation of how the fragrance should be. Tatamaan ko na yung mapakainit na topic na clone ba ang Hawas? Okay. Here's the very interesting topic about Hawas and the Invictus Aqua. Totoo, nauna ang Hawas before Invictus Aqua. Pero nauna ang Invictus. I'll give you one classic example on how Rasasi does things. Itong sinasabi ni Nico, no? Yung Egra, if you clearly observe Egra on how he interprets GIT, mas earthier ang Egra. Okay? Same goes with other twists. Like Always Someday, nilagyan nila ng rose yung Silver Mountain Water. Nilagyan din nila sa Enteba ng champagne yung Silver Mountain Water. Going back to the Hawas, anong kinalaman ng sinasabi ko? They were trying to tweak the DNA of Invictus. Hence, they put aquatic notes or aquatic facets. So, prior to the Invictus Aqua, kinopya talaga, well, hindi naman kinopya, pero they were inspired on how the Invictus works and then they put their own DNA, which is the Rasasi Hawas. Okay, naiintindihan nyo na kung paano siya nag-function. There was Invictus, and as a house who does twist on a particular DNA, technically meron pa rin inspiration si Rasasi sa Invictus. Then, nagkataon lang, for some reason, hindi ko alam kung bakit nagkaroon ng Invictus Aqua. But yun yung nangyari. Invictus, then Hawas trying to make the DNA of the Invictus on a twist or a different level, then come Invictus Aqua. So yes, hindi po talaga nagko-clone. Ako for me, hindi talaga purely nagko-clone ng Rasasi, but more on creating a twist on specific DNA. Okay. Sorry, natawa ako. And natawa ako dito. Fully paid pa. Okay, mukhang may aaway pa sa chat. Bashing Egra. Masyado siyang mature, to be honest, compared to other GIT clothes. So if you're leaning towards the Arma of the Trenui, mas wearable talaga siya. Ako mas gusto ko kasi yung parang mas yung profile ko yung mas malupa, mas mature. So, totoo, I agree. Oli, 100%. More dark, fresh, masculine with Egra. 100% agree. And Rex, solid. Guys, quick plug lang. Old Gods Grooming Co. Can't get enough of Dumakulem. Tama ba yung pag-pronounce ko, whatever. Check out, I'll link down the description later on about their house. Sobrang solid ng local brand na to, guys. Try them out. Ako, parang gusto ko nang iligo yung mga pabango ni Rex. Solid guys, solid. Okay. Eto, hindi ko masabing ganun pero yung pag nag-combine kasi may different take ng vetiver and patchouli na medyo nagli-lean towards the earthier side, yung medyo malupang side. Pero yes, I like that scent. Nakakatuwa. Oy! Sige, Oli, we will definitely try that one during one of the sniff. I haven't tried actually Lifofo inspired, pero good to know that you have one. Okay. Pengi daw pabango from Old Gods. Rex, padalahan mo nga ng samplers pag nagkaroon ng Davao Sniff Sesh. I think they would like this one particularly. Now, going back. Okay. Ito, pasensya na po ulit, but I think I have to rate this fragrance Paris Corner at me. Though I started with Latafa Paris Corner, but their Emir line for me could not capture what I like most about ME. Laging merong bitin sa Emir line na hinahanap ko. Again, if you have tried, again, my comparisons are really far. I'm trying to compare to Alwatania. I'm trying to compare to Rasasi, Swiss Arabian, Afnan, Ajmal. Paris Corner, If not for the Emir line, baka kung may lower tier pa rin, ibabagsak ko pa. Kasi a lot of issues on production, a lot of issues on the scent and DNA, a lot of issues on the performance, a lot of issues on inconsistency. So kumbaga mas malala pa to sa Armaf, totoo lang. Pero they're trying to do some originals already. If you're familiar with the Eternal and the Coffee, they have good lines as well. Pero it does not meet what I like most, particularly on ME Fragrance or ME Fragrance clones. So Paris Corner, though mura siya to be precise. That's around 500 to 800 to 1,000, 1,200. Good. The best in the line for me, Paris Corner. No one can beat Oud Satin. I mean, a Ministry of Oud Satin Mood. But other Emir line, again, there are more viable option on the same level or on the same pricing. Ito na yung next, kung ano ba yung ilalagay natin. Fragrance World, number 1. Okay? Hindi sponsored to, ha? Tandaan nyo, walang, I am not paid to do this. Yung mga nilalagay ko sa number 1 list, hindi nila ako binayaran or di nga nila ako kilala, no? It's just that my exploration with this mix of research, the sense that I've tried in almost everything, and I've even created the meme where about Fragrance World being number 1 this year. I am following Fragrance World for the last 3-4 months already after the Beauty World Dubai and their possible releases. If I will rate Fragrance World as a clone, I would still rate them at the top. Bakit? If not for FA Paris, my favorite sub-brand of that house, if not for FA Paris, I would just rate them under good. Pero grabe ang FA Paris, guys. So, ito ang comparison na. If the budget you have would leaning towards the 3,000, 4,000 mark with Swiss Arabian, with Armaf, with Ajmal, with Afnan, I would rather offer you FA Paris line, which is about 1,000 less. Okay? So, again, if not for FA Paris, yun yung para sa akin, pinnacle of clones on a certain budget. Okay? Yun ang pinnacle of clone on a certain budget. But again, like I mentioned, Al Haramain could do it even better. Armaf could do it even better. But you have to pay the hefty price tag of 3,000 to 4,000 already to get those quality. Si FA Paris, kaya niyang kunin at a 2K or 2,000 mark. Okay, so yun, again, my opinion and the ones I've tried, I was really amazed on how FA Paris do, or the whole Fragrance World does their own thing. So, again, popularity, I would agree, Ollie, personally, I would agree. If we're just talking about the Fragrance World line lang, ha, yung Fragrance World lang, kung wala yung, kasi ito I've considered other houses eh. So, I've considered the whole brand. I would agree good lang siya. Kasi yung other, hindi naman talaga ganun kaganda, especially just the Atural Halam, the Fragrance World lang, or their lower end, yung Essentia de Flores, no? Ice lang talaga siya. Pero the FA Paris really made them a really good clone brand offering affordable and good pricing, good quality. So yeah, I was really biased on that one because I've tried a lot of FA Paris. So, and as well as nagugustuhan ko yung pricing matrix ng FA Paris for its quality. Ito na. Ayan. Gusto ko talaga yung picture mo na parang sasapak eh. So, baka masapak mo ako. Shout out to you, Bard. Going back. Ito na, mga under the radar houses, I could say. Kadlaj, magulat kayo, but I would put them on amazing. Despite its popularity on TikTok right now and their other lines, Kadlaj also tried to rise up to the market as a good house. Again, I haven't gone much to Kadlaj house. Kumbaga, I've tried a lot of fragrances already, especially during Sniff and during other research where Kadlaj appears. But it's para to yung mga mga rising brands in the future. So I would put Kadlaj on amazing because they have really good potential. They have really good future for me. And especially, again, kung nanood nga kayo ng Beauty World Dubai, sabi ko nga sa inyo, malalaman nyo kung bakit Kadlaj will be the next big thing. Okay, Oud Kalakas. Lalagay ko lang sa me. If not for Oud Kalakas King Intense, no, the Oud Kalakas King, you wouldn't know Oud Kalakas. But they have Blue Sky, they have 2-3 fragrances other Oud Kalakas. They have the Lacoste dupe, the Poor Home Addict, yung Lacoste dupe na yan, and other Oud Kalakas King. I've only searched for sobra kasing rare sa YouTube na nagko-cover ng Oud Kalakas. I forgot the Indian guy who also covers Oud Kalakas, and as well as Sent On who also covered Oud Kalakas. Again, there are better options for the price tag. I would rather go for, again, either Rihanna, Armaf, or on the same bracket would be on the Fragrance World. So, hindi ko siya, kumbaga, if not for that particular fragrance, you wouldn't know Oud Kalakas. Siguro, it speaks for itself. No? Hindi siya ganun kabangers. I would rather go to Al Rehab before Oud Kalakas. So, yeah. Thanks, Judy. Joy Amin also covers Oud Kalakas. Popular seller would be PFD as well. Nusok. Lagi ko na agad dito. No experience with Nusok, whatever. Hindi ko alam. Hindi yan, not that familiar. I haven't tried any, if I'm mistaken. May na-try na ba ako? Nakalimutan ko na. Not that much in terms of popularity as well. So, hindi ko pa siya masyadong try. Pero, these are the fragrance houses that are, kinda not new into the game. So, they have been in the past. Okay. Nako. Controversial ulit. Mababash na naman ako nito. Lalagay ko na yung Latafa. Saan? Lalagay ko sa amazing yung Latafa. Huwag kayong magalit. Hindi ko lalagay talaga sa Mashallah yun. Bakit? The Latafa Pride, wherein they came into the market, no? Quick history. A lot of reviewers, a lot of content creators were looking forward to laki ko yung sarili ko, nakakalimutan ko. We're looking forward to that Latafa Pride series. So sa Latafa Pride, iniisip nila na shit, lahat to dapat OG. Nakalimutan ko laki yung sarili ko na nakafocus lang ako sa share screen. Anyways. Then hindi. So a lot of people were thinking of that Latafa Pride that would storm the market, that would have their originals, pero hindi nangyari. It's one of, I think, one of the most frustrated line initially. Pero they're good. No? They released though Cambra is the top Middle Eastern fragrance of 2023, I can't think of other fragrances on the house, Latafa, that would put them on the highest tier. Again, they are already beating, Fragrance World is already beating Latafa. Again, that's my opinion. In terms of quality bangers that they're releasing. Latafa Pride 2.0, the Rave, and other houses, based on the Alhambra, all houses under Latafa, no, are, kumbaga, they're really good. And it's high already on the amazing tier. But I would rather go, again nakadepende rin yan sa price tag. So kung babalik tayo doon sa tier list, if I would go on a higher tier, I would go for Asasi. If I would go for a lower tier, I would go for Fragrance World. If I would go on a mid tier, I'd go for Al Wataniya. That's my logic behind placing Latafa on that specific. Just amazing. Though, still good, no? Okay. Yun lang yung sa akin. Again, my opinion on this one, Louis Cardin, if you haven't known this house, you better yet know it's also a good house. Louis Cardin, going back. Bago ko sabihin yan, yung Louis Cardin, shoutout ulit. Pa-shoutout po, boss, Blind Buy. King of Blind Buy na rin ako, no? Nasasi Afnan, yes. Agree 100% Oli. So, because you have to pay that price tag. You have really to pay that price tag. And this particular houses would mahina dyan 2,000 eh. So, talagang merong quality na binabayaran. And at the same time, the presentation and whatnots are really good. Napalunan kong sa mga walas Marikina Stiff from Oli. It's pretty nice yung sweet oud. Yeah, I haven't tried that one. Dalhin mo nga yan, Von, para matry natin. I haven't tried much Amazing Creation perfumes eh. So, I can't really speak for them. Enzo Sense. Ba to? Okay. Grabe. Okay. Mahal na mahal ako ni Neko. Bastards. Oli, this is a bold statement. People will hate you for this, but it's actually true. People will hate us for this statement, but true. I 100% agree with you. Sobrang grabe yung marketing ng Ratafa Pride. Tapos, people were expecting a niche quality, an original. Tapos biglang bibigyan nga ng mga sanamakmak ulit na clone. So, nothing bad. Pero they were expecting more. Kaya ako nilagay ko lang siya not on the highest tier, on the second tier lang. Kasi, kahit ako din nag-expect na parang hinahype ko rin yung Latafa Pride na yan. Parang, uy, Latafa Pride. No? It goes beyond the Maison Alhambra. It goes beyond the Rave. It goes beyond to the other lines that Latafa has. So, pansin nyo, pagpunta kay Latafa website, marami na silang houses din under. So, nakakalungkot at the same time. Niche naman po, yes. Ano pa, Vard? Siguro mga 2, 3, 4, 5 more houses that I try. Nagpa-ship na ako ng maraming niche, mga 5 new additional niche new houses. I think I can cater that sooner or later. Kajal, Kajal is ME, but it's actually niche. Ayan. Anak ni siya, Pierre Cardin. Later, Louis Cardin. And okay. Oy, shout out. Oh, Performs Astro, yan. Biligay niyan. Sobrang solid ng Yossi Break. Okay. SOTD, Born in Roma, Roma Core Fantasy. Eternal Oud, laging basag. Laging basag na dome. Buisit. Okay. So, isa yan sa mga naging problema ng Latafa Pride. Ang gaganda ng mga presentation, naka-dome, ang gaganda lahat. Pero, I agree. Ang dami nagreklamo dyan sa Eternal Oud na yan as a non-performing tag dito. Ayan. So, nasagot ko na Kajal is a niche house ha. So, it's also a good niche house. Later, I mean, siguro in the future, pag marami na ako na-try ng mga mahal kasi, no, yung ME niche na kinukulit ko right now, medyo mahal din. So, please cope with me as I will also create a content all about ME niche naman. Pero definitely, I will have that topic. Last two, no? Saan ko kaya ilalagay yung Nabil? Marami na magagalit na to. I'll just put Nabil on the good. Bakit ang Nabil na andyan lang sa good? Sobrang luma ng Nabil eh. No? If you come to think of it, the only banger that they have and gain popularity is Arab Tradition, the Tuscan leather clone. Other than that, if you come to think of it, other Nabil clones, hindi siya ganun ka-popular. Siguro I could name 1, 2, 3 clones right now that are really good under Nabil. Again, I'm just considering the house as a part of this clone inspired. Now, iba ang usapan pag pinag-usapan na natin ang Master Perfumers Collection. So, yun yung minamarket ko today, di ba? Parang sabi ko, try nyo yung Master Perfumers Collection, panoorin nyo si Sent On, kumpletong 8 list ng Master Perfumers Collection ng Nabil. Ako, planning to buy that all. Pero, if not for that specific Master Perfumers Collection, hindi naman talaga ganun kaganda na ang Nabil. I mean, there are already better houses compared to Nabil. No? Pero, just for the sake of it, and for those who want to try as well, uulitin ko lang ulit, try Master Perfumers Collection under Nabil. Fulad, yung minamarket ko lagi. Freshy, pang Pilipinas, pang solid, green tea scent. You can't get wrong on that particular blind buy. So, kasi, konting history. Nabil kasi, based sa mga research na nakita ko, marami ng house na, marami na silang stores na unti-unti nagsasara across UAE. And even in other regions. So, nagsasara na yung mga stores nila. Akala nga ng iba na eventually i-discredit na yung Nabil na yan, no? Kasi they would focus on Spirit of Dubai. No? Kasi Spirit of Dubai, expensive, successful, luxury niche house ng Nabil. Nakalimutan ko yung isang house na parang designer-ish nila na under Nabil din. So, doon na lang sila nagpo-focus. Pero, nung nirelease nila yung Master Perfumers Collection, it didn't create much noise as other releases, pero it was really a good collection. Again, try watching Scent On para magkaintindihan tayo at malaman nyo kung bakit that's the good or the future of Nabil when it comes to fragrances. I think it's cheap, about 50 UAE dirhams, 60-70 UAE dirhams. Pag nasa Pilipinas, at around 1K to 1.5 if not mistaken. And they have allegedly some similar DNAs to Turath, Vakama, Maidan. So yung mga Spirit of Dubai bangers, the first collection, meron din under a Master Perfumers Collection. Not technically a clone, but a good interpretation of those DNA. Again, nasa isang house lang naman sila, they can do so. It still will be considered their originals. Okay? Last, siguro nasa list ko, going back, Luxodor. If they are still available in the market, I would rank them as highest also. Pero grabe guys, ang dami lang discontinued ng Luxodor. Ang hirap na. Kaya nga na-battery po kasi I was trying to collect Luxodor fragrances. If for Parfums.ae, which is also under the Luxodor brand, they also create good inspired and good creation under that particular brand. No? Well, I could say Luxodor is just good because for the reason na marami silang discontinued fragrance. Sana maging available sila ulit sa market because when Nib covered Loyal Agar and Prince, dapat talaga kumbaga yun na lang ata yung available nila eh. They have a lot of other fragrances in the house, especially the Blackbird, no? The Bye Bye Blackbird, yung Platinum Egoist clone. Sobrang ganda rin nun, and other dupes or inspired that they have under their Parfums.ae. Pero sayang ang Luxodor, hindi ko siya malagay sa taas because a lot of them are discontinued. I can't, or I don't know kung discontinued or hindi lang in production, I can't recommend something na, kumbaga, hindi nyo na mabibili, diba? Doesn't make sense. So, actually tapos na siya. At nakita niyo na kung ano ang top 3 ko. This has been my top 3 for this particular feel or era. Okay. Maraming salamat, Neko. Riffs ME, yes. Ang Riffs, though it's more popular in India, it's also an ME house. Parang same ng Ajmal. Ajmal is Indian owners under UAE. Yan. Shout out to you, oy Ben, Mr. Only Funds, watching here. So, and that has been the Middle Eastern perfumes rank. And I enjoyed this show. I think a lot of you are still tuned in 16 and walang nakatama, but anyways, I'll be doing another giveaway and hopefully yung mga shipment ko dumating na para mas marami tayong giveaway in the future. Grabe. Thanks for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the show, and PM lang, no? You can message the page if you have question, if you could have like questions about MEs or other suggestion, even ME niche. Maraming salamat. Thanks for tuning in. This is Room Fillers Podcast. Stay safe and keep on collecting. Thank you.